Hello friends, welcome to WebTech School. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about, given a binary tree, how we can print all its root to leaf paths. Considering the given example, the 1 is our root node. So what is a leaf node? So leaf nodes are all the nodes in which both its left child and the right child are null. So in this example, the leaf nodes are 4, 5 and 3. The problem statement asks us to print all the paths from root to leaf. Considering the given tree, what are the root to leaf paths? So the paths are 1 is our root node, 1, 2 and 4. This is the path. The next path what we can see is starting from 1, 2 and 5, and another path is 1 to 3. So these three paths exist in this tree. So 1 to 4, 1 to 5 and 1, 3. Now that we have got our root to leaf paths, then how we can solve this problem? For traversing through any binary tree, we have two options. One is BFS. So BFS is breadth first search. This is exactly similar to the label order traversal, where we traverse through the label by label of the tree. Another option what we have in case of binary tree is the depth first search, which is DFS. So in case of binary tree, we have pre-order, post-order and in-order DFS options. So if you look at the answers, so we are actually going from the root till the leaf nodes. So we are traversing till the depth of the tree. Okay, so in this case, DFS should be the ideal choice for traversing this list. So we'll use one of the DFS ways to solve this problem. So what we can use, so let's say for this scenario, we'll use the pre-order traversal. Pre-order we have explained already in our previous video. If you have not seen that, so I'll strongly encourage you to go back and watch that video. So how the pre-order traversal works? In case of pre-order traversal, we traverse to the parent node first, then the left child, and finally the right child. So we will use the pre-order traversal in this case to solve this issue. Let's see how. Before we start explaining how using the pre-order traversal we can solve this issue, we'll first write down the recursive approach of pre-order traversal, and then we'll see how we can modify that code to print all the paths from root to leaf. In the pre-order recursive approach, so let's say this is our pre-order method. So inside the pre-order method, we are going to receive a node. So this will be our root node. So in this root node, what we do, we print the node.data. We print the node value. Then we go to its left child. So let's say I will again call pre-order and we go to its left child and then we go to its right child. So this is the pre-order recursive approach. Okay, so we first print the parent node, then we explore the left node. Once the left node has been explored, then we explore the right node. So what we will do, let's say I'll take a stack. So now I'll push the root node 1 to the stack where we are printing the node data. So here I will push the node data to the stack. Okay, now, so now what will happen? The root we have pushed, so it will go to again to the left child. Okay, so when it goes to the left child, so we are also pushing this value. So the 2 will come over here. Now again we are going to the left child. So we'll push 4. Now for 4, both its left child and right child are null. That means 4 is a leaf node. So whenever we encountered a leaf node, that means our stack has the path from root to leaf. So if we'll print the stack in the reverse order, so this will give you back 1, 2, and 4. So which is nothing but our first answer. So what we are doing, in case we encountered a leaf node, we are printing the stack. Okay, so let's modify the algorithm. So if the node is equal to leaf, then print the stack in reverse. Okay, so print stack. Now what is our next objective to print? We need to print 1, 2, and 5. So we need to print this path. Okay, so this path, if you look carefully, so we have data till 1, 2. Okay, so we need to add another value 5. So once any node's operation is complete, like for 4, it's both its left child and right child are null. So we are gonna pop this element out. Okay, so where we can pop, so we are gonna pop this right after the execution is completed. So once this execution completes, so this is gonna backtrack to node 2, and node 2, now it will execute node dot write. So we got 5. So for the 5, we are gonna again push it to stack. Now for node 5, both its left child and the right child are null. That means it's a leaf node. So in case of leaf node, we are printing the stack in a reverse order. So our stack value is right now is 1, 2, and 5, which matches this value. So for 5, both its left child and right child are null. So it's gonna backtrack to again node 2. Okay, and we will again pop the element from the stack. So we are taking out 5. For node 2, its left child already been processed. Also the right child is already been processed. Okay, now this will again backtrack to 1. So before we backtrack, so it will pop node 2 as well. Now for node 1, it will execute node dot write. So node dot write is 3. So we are pushing. So we are pushing node 3. So now for node 3, its left child is null and the right child is also null. That means it's the node is a leaf. So we will print the stack. So if we are printing the stack in reverse order, the value would be 1, 3. For 3, node dot left and node dot right are null. So we are popping out 3. Okay, so it will execute 3. So once the 3 operation is complete, so it's gonna backtrack to again 1. So for 1, node dot write is already executed. So we will pop the stack again. Now the pre-order execution has been finished and we were successfully able to print the root to lib paths. Let's execute this in Visual Studio. So we'll use the same code what we have showcased in here. Now I'm in Visual Studio and we are working on tree operation.cs file. So in here, let's say we'll create another method called public static void print binary tree path. Okay, so this is gonna take node root. So what we are gonna do, we'll do a pre-order traversal. So for pre-order, so we'll just, okay, we'll call binary tree path, let's say root dot left, and then again we will call root dot right child. We'll define a stack. So let's say we'll create stack of tree node. Let's say stack equal to, let's, okay, now this needs to be static. So what we'll do, we'll push the root node to the stack. So stack dot push, let's push the root node. Okay, so in case if the root dot right child is equal to null, so in case this is a leaf child, then we are gonna print the stack in the reverse order. So root dot right child equal to null, then we'll have to print the stack. So let's create this method called print stack, and we will pass our stack to it. Okay, so we have created this method. So now once this operation is finished, so for any node, when the operation is finished, we want to pop that node out from the stack. So what we'll do, stack dot pop. So this is the print stack implementation where we are creating a builder object, and to this builder object we are just appending all the nodes inside the stack. Okay, and uh, line number 158 is just adding a separator hyphen between all the data elements. So we'll see that in output. And finally, we want to reverse that as well. So we are reversing it and printing the final output. So I have used the built-in CSAF libraries to reverse this stack. You can use any valid way to reverse the stack and print the data. So now if I go back to print binary tree path, we are missing the base condition. Let's add the base condition. So I'll say, let's say root, if it is equal to null. So in that case, we'll simply return, we'll not do anything. Okay, so that's all the implementation that we need. So let's go to now program.cs to verify the implementation. In program.cs, I have already constructed the example tree, what we have been discussing, this tree. Let's call the method, that method present in tree operation dot print binary tree path. So this takes the root node. So we'll just pass the root node. Let's execute and see if we are getting the expected output or not. Okay, so if I open up the console window, so we get back 124, 125, and 13. Okay, let's verify it with our output. So the output what we are expecting, so we are expecting 124, 125, 13, and this is exactly what we get back from the program. That is it for this lesson. So if you have learned something today, please give your thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.